Welcome back to the shop. 2015, new year, new me, as they say. I am back from my Asia traveling and kind of glad to be back in the shop. And today I decided to make a fresh shop tour for you. I've done one of these for every shop that I've had, and I think we need to keep you up to date with this shop. I've been working from this space for like a year and a half already, and yeah, I think I finally set everything up to the most convenient way that actually works like a system for me. It's a tiny space, around 60 square meters, and I have 45 here and 15 more over there, which is kind of my storage for a moment. It's a very tiny space, but I managed to build some really big projects here. For example, last year I made a fighting cage, which was like 4.5 meters by 4.5 meters. I've built some tables for a shopping mall, which were 24 meters long, and just before the New Year's I've made a installation for a shopping mall also, which was 14 meters tall. Yeah, it's not ideal, it's a little bit tricky, and pretty much for every single project I have to come up with a like storing system, and I have to like plan in advance every stage of like building process, so I have enough space to make stuff and then bring it over to the storage and continue to work on other stuff and still have some space around. So yeah, every time it's a little game, but it's fun. That's what I have right now. That's what I can afford. My friends have a bunch of space over there behind the door and behind that wall. So sometimes I can bring my stuff that's not fitting into my shop to store over there. They also have CNCs. So yeah, it's a pretty cool working environment. We help each other out sometimes. Maybe not super perfect for filming videos, because a lot of the times the guys are working and making like a bunch of noise, playing some music, the CNC could be running and I'm not able to record the video. But I mean, it's manageable, we can find the way to work around it, and generally everybody, I think, are happy. But anyways, let's start the tour and I'm gonna talk you through a little bit about my setup. So right here we have the entrance, huge steel door. Still kind of work in progress, as you can see, but I've built that door myself some time ago, and I'm gonna have a video somewhere up here so you can check it out. It is somewhat insulated, but it needs some like plywood to cover it or something. But it's a huge door, and it's a big advantage to have a huge door, so I can build like big stuff and easily just put it out from the shop. Compressed air on the reel, it's here at the door, because sometimes I need to blow something like a dusty filter from a vacuum cleaner or something like this, and I can just blow it outside, or if I want to use it in a car, I can just park outside the door and yeah, use it in a car. And to the right from it we have my little welding setup. I've put these slides recently, they kind of help a little bit, but yeah, I still think I need a little bit more light on the welding side, because like this is good, I can do all the woodworking and I have enough light, but for welding I feel like I need some more light, because when you're wearing a mask and it's like, yeah, it's super dark and hard to see things, so yeah, it needs a little bit more light, but works for now. We have this fume extraction setup that I've built also some time ago. The video is going to be linked also. I can switch around here and it's going to be sucking out the fumes. I can bring it over to where I want, and also it's got a nice light. It helps a lot to have this fume extraction setup because, you know, my shop is quite small and it can get filled up with the smoke pretty easily. Yeah, this way I can at least work with a closed door during the winter, and for the small shop I think it's a must-have. Not only for welding, if I do some like dusty jobs I also turn this on, and yeah, it helps with the dust as well. Here's my welder. I have a new one, I bought it last year, and it's a really nice one. I enjoy working with it a lot comparing to my last welder, which was like the cheapest one from China. This one is much better and works super nice. And this is the Evolution, just a chop saw. This was like one of the best investments for working with metal. It chops square tubing chops like round stock, like a butter. Super nice saw. You need to play around with it to set it up correctly, but once you do, you can get some pretty decent cuts with it, and it doesn't make any sparks because it's got that carbide blade instead of like this one that you would use on your angle grinder. I still cannot pronounce angle grinder, I'm sorry. Yes, learning English. My clamps, and one of my most favorite tools is the disc sander. This is also built by me. I'm gonna link it also somewhere here so you can check it out and build one for yourself. I want to upgrade it actually and make it like full metal. Right now it's like all made from plywood, but I think it would be cooler if I would make it from metal. I built it a long time ago, but it still works super good. I think this setup is just perfect. And right here I have this super crappy old table saw, but it works. I have like a full-size big format saw at my friend's space, and if I need to cut some big stuff I can just go there, but usually I just order my stuff pre-cut. I've learned it recently that you can just sketch everything and model it, and you're gonna know all of your sizes exactly. And if you need to make like a bunch of cuts, you just order it pre-cut. It's really cheap and saves a lot of time, because moving huge sheets like of ply or some other materials around the shop could be tricky. Yeah, and if it's pre-cut, it's all good. But for some like quick cuts, this works really good. And I also have this sled for some smaller pieces. And generally this saw was like 200 euros or maybe less. And I have it for many years and it still works really good. But I think I want to upgrade it to maybe like a DeWalt one, or I don't know. I haven't chosen one yet, but I feel like this needs to be upgraded. And to the right is my what I call a tool corner. Let's move this bench out of the way and I'm gonna tell you about this corner here. It helps to have everything on wheels so I can move things around and have different setups for different works that I'm doing. So I try to make everything on wheels as much as I can, but this setup is in one space and it's not moving anywhere. And I think it's like really important to have a little setup like this with all your tools, especially for the smaller shops, so I can find everything in one place rather than just running around the shop and searching for like a tape measure or like a knife. And yeah, I have pretty much all of my smaller tools right here. I know that you guys like to build like super nice cabinets for your sport shops, but these are my cabinets. I've made them all in a separate times for the different setups, but now they are all together here, made from all kind of crap I could find. But they were like really cheap to make and they work great for me. I have all of my smaller tools here, like for example, this is the tape measure and rulers, camera stuff, rivet gun, pliers. What else do we have here? Tin snips, staple guns, screwdrivers, Allen keys, wrenches, pens, power tools. I keep some smaller power tools here, like for example a jigsaw, or maybe this heat gun, little scale like this. And no, this is not for dealing drugs. This is for weighting the paint with a hardener to get the right proportions. Some air tools like this stapler, hammers, saw, and a full drawer with Dremel and all the bits for the Dremel. You kind of have to be a minimalist if you have a small shop. You cannot have much of like extra tools and storing a bunch of material. You have to like think about the storage all the time. And yeah, recently I started to give away a lot of the stuff that I don't really use. For example, I had like 5 PH2 screwdrivers, and why would I need 5? I need only 1. And so I just gave away all of the crappy screwdrivers that I had and just bought one really nice one. I mean, not only PH2, I have a bunch of screwdrivers here, and yeah, all of the screwdrivers are Vera, and yeah, really good brand. They don't strip, they have like a laser something tip hardened or whatever. Yeah, just generally really good screwdrivers, and instead of having like a bunch of screwdrivers that I don't use, I just have the really nice ones. And this is my philosophy for this shop. No extras, just the stuff that's really good and that's I use all the time. I also don't keep pretty much any materials, just buy the materials when I need them for the project. Super sturdy bench. Nice big vise that I've restored some time ago. I'm gonna put a video of it. Also, med kit here, and funny thing about this, I found the sticker in a thrift shop in Taiwan, and I didn't know what this was saying, and I found out that it meant like medicine or something like this, so I sticked it on my med kit. Yeah. Drill press, one of the most used tools in the shop. It was a gift to me from my friend, a sculptor. These are my favorite scissors like ever. These are Alpha, and they have, I don't know if you can see, but they have like a little serration, and you can cut pretty much anything with it, and they don't really get dull very quick. They cost like 20-25 euros, and yeah, these are my favorite all time. This box is for mostly for smaller measuring device, smaller tools like this, and like dies and thread cutters. Drills, yeah, not super organized, but I'm gonna secretly tell you that I have another set of drills here, which are really nice drills like these, but I keep them here. So if one of my colleagues are coming to the shop to steal some of my drill bits, they take the crappy ones instead of the nice ones that I hide over that box, but you should not tell them. Here is just a quick access for some CA, thread lock, PU glue, the little one, and some epoxy here. Just a quick access, and with some of these. Some of them are really organized, and some of them are quite a mess. And here is my little lathe. Once I bought it, it completely just changed the way I think about making stuff. I just unlocked another section in my brain, opened a box of Pandora, and it's a whole new area to explore. So many new tools that I haven't even think about that could be used with a lathe, and so much stuff you can make with it. It's insane. It's a really important tool for my work, and I'm really glad that I bought it. And yeah, I changed the motor in it, a bunch of modification, but it works really good now. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Here I have just my safety equipment. These are the best safety glasses ever known to humanity, I would say. They sit really good on my strange shaped face, but yeah, really like these. And on the side of this box I keep some memorable things from traveling, like for example, this is from Taiwan, this is from pizza in Estonia, this is from China, this is from bar in Japan, I think this was from Denmark, this one I bought in Netherlands, this is from Belgium, it's from Finland. Yeah, just basically some of the like small cards that I bring from trips. And we have this guy sitting over here. And if we go there, we're gonna find this old Coca-Cola fridge that I've adapted to use to store my things like tapes, some glues and paint removers, silicones and some other stuff. I have a bunch of vinegar in store, so I actually like to use it for removing the rust. We also have some paints and like bags for vacuum cleaner, like little cups like this for mixing stuff. And here I'm gonna have my spray cans and expandable foam, but mostly just spray cans. And this is the funny thing, I've built it recently. I'm gonna put the link like here Yeah, it shakes up the spray can. It actually works really freaking good. I really like it, and yeah, I'm gonna link a video. You have to check it out. This one is a super fun one. These are used in pretty much all of the projects that I do, so I have like a little stock of them, like safety gear, also some of my fishing stuff, rubber boots, just generally some boxes with tools, pretty much storage. This whole section here, it's kind of a log jam. It's like always changing. Some metal here. For a project recently, I had to paint like 300 units of just stuff for like a tableware and some plastic plants, and yeah, I've used this room as a painting booth. I just covered everything with a film, and I've put this fan here. You can see like it was sucking all of the paint, and yeah, I was painting like right here. I'm gonna put a clip so you can see, but it worked really good, and that area of the shop stayed clean, and all of the messy stuff just happened here. And yeah, so I can transform this room into a painting area if I need to, but I think let's move on, and I'm gonna show you the upstairs. I have found a loft to be a very important part of this small shop, because it allows you to have more storage, more just area to set up like a little office, and it's not taking the floor space of your shop. You just need to have tall ceilings. I have 4.5 meters, so yeah, I could easily set up a loft like this. And I'm gonna take you upstairs and show you around. Yeah, I also have a little bit of plywood in stock. I mostly use it for making like jigs. Jigs are the stuff, especially if you need to make a bunch of similar things. So yeah, I use these for jigs and for some like smaller shop furniture maybe, and also a little bit of foam core just for quickly modeling stuff. And up here I have my motorized poster scroller. I switched it off, so right now it's just showing this poster, but it's got 3 posters inside, and I also gonna link a video so you can check it out. Yeah, this was a very fun project, and yeah, kind of sad that it didn't get many views, but the ones who watched it, I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's get upstairs. This is the staircase that I've built. It's not very safe because it's quite steep, but yeah, for smaller spaces, this is the way to go. And on every step we have my logo. Yeah, just a nice little touch. And once we get up, we have the old friend of the channel, which is the arcade. It's not usually switched on, but right now I switched it on for the sake of the video. I just turn it on when my friends are coming over, and sometimes we may play a little game or whatever, but yeah, mostly for the occasions when the friends are coming over. It's me. Hello. I don't know if you can hear it, but somebody is clearly cutting something with a chainsaw outside. I probably should not go out. I also wanted to tell you about this slide setup. This setup allows me to easily change the lighting if I want to. Have a little fridge. Usually have a bunch of, not bunch, but some drinks. I really like this kombucha, the local brand, and doesn't have any sugar. And I also keep some like C8 blues. Oops, sorry. Somebody told me that you have to keep it in the fridge so it stays liquid, because yeah, if it's not in the fridge it becomes like really almost like a goo after some time, but in a fridge stores really well. And here is my sewing setup. I really enjoy sewing. I wish I did a lot more of it, but yeah, when I have time, hopefully I'm gonna do some more sewing projects for you. Right next to the sewing machine we have my little office setup. This is polycarbonate and just a frame from some wood. And yeah, I really like this polycarbonate because it's almost clear. It's really cheap and yeah, it looks good for the setup like this. And this place just stays clean from dust as long as I keep the door open, which I don't always do. Sometimes I forgot, and like all this room is getting filled up with dust from downstairs. And this is my just a super tiny office setup. Nothing too special here. This is from the commercial that I was working on. I just kept it and stuck it here. My old skateboard. T2 obviously must have. Yeah, this is my little setup where I come to draw the models, to edit the videos. Every video pretty much that you see is edited in this room, in this setup. I have a M1 Mac Mini, I have this chair that was donated to me by my friend, really cool one. My dream is to have a nice solid concrete floor. But maybe in the future, if I'm going to have my own space, I'm gonna do it. But here the floor looks like this. It's alright, but obviously it's not straight at all. It's really cattywampus, but at least it's smooth and I can roll around my everything pretty easily. And by the way, this bench, I'm gonna have a video also linked so you can see how I've made it. Also, this space doesn't have any central heating, so I have to use this wood stove to keep the space warm in the winter. Luckily, this winter has been really easy on us and it's not super cold, but I still fire it up every time just to keep it nice and cozy in the shop. Around 17 degrees Celsius is my sweet spot. Maybe a little less even, so I don't get too lazy. Yeah, you have to stay cold to be productive. That's how it works for me. I've built this stove like 4 or 5 years ago and it still works like a clock, which is kind of crazy. I didn't expect it to last so long, but it's still in a perfect shape. Yeah, it used to have a nice glass, but my shop assistant put something inside the stove, which was clearly too big to fit inside, and he just slammed the door and yeah, the glass broke, so I just welded a plate here, and yeah, it's kind of safer like this also. Yeah, without the stove this place wouldn't be possible to use. Luckily I have it, and yeah, I'm also going to link a video so you can check it out if you have not already. So generally speaking, being a minimalist and planning my work in advance allows me to have such a small shop and still make some big projects. The big advantage of this space is that it's right in the city center. All of the shops that I need to get my supplies are really close. My home is only 15 minutes away, or 20 minutes if I'm cycling, if it's summer. And as much as it would be nice to have a huge shop, I really enjoy having this one. As they say, with great power comes the great responsibilities. If you have a big shop, you're gonna have bigger checks to pay. You're gonna have to think about heating it up. You're gonna have to think about all of the different stuff that's coming with a big space. But here it's very compact and I can keep it running quite efficiently, and it doesn't really hurting my pocket. So I don't have to be stressing about paying big checks, and this is a good reason to have a small shop. And as before, I used to only make stuff for fun, for the sake of this channel pretty much, but now I'm just more into commercial work, and yeah, the bigger budgets allow me not to store the leftovers. I just give them away to my friends or whatever, and yeah, just keeps my place organized. So yeah, this is going to be it for today. I hope I've said everything that I wanted. I'm 100% for getting something. Thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next video pretty soon. Don't forget to subscribe and also consider becoming a member of the channel, which is going to help me to make some more videos like this or some other videos, so you can enjoy it on your free time, if you have any. I hope you do. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!